After striking a goal, one can't help but celebrate, right? But some of these celebrations have caused worldwide controversies and others were illegal. Today's video is all about the banned celebration in football 2023. Let's dive in, shall we? Gareth Bale's sleeve cutter. Bale's celebration did more than just taunt the fans, he offended an entire country. He was playing for Real Madrid back in 2019. In a match against Atletico Madrid, the game was getting heated. This wasn't just an ordinary game for Bale. He was on his way to achieving one of his career's biggest milestone. Bale came prepared and had a special celebration in mind. His taunt, known as the sleeve cutter, was beyond offensive. What he thought wouldn't be much of a big deal cost him a 12-game suspension. The disrespect was one thing, but the next on the list got the next player's entire team banned from the stadium. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius and Flamengo back in 2018 were at match against Botafogo. If they won the match, they'd secure a spot at Guanabara final. 94 minutes into the game was coming to an end and Vinicius wanted to finish the game once and for all. He's been waiting for the right moment to pull out a taunt with an embarrassing history. In 2008, the team of Botafogo suffered a loss. They were so heartbroken by it that they not only complained about the refs after the game, they were crying during the press conference. After Vinicius scored the goal, he did the crying action to mock them. He did score far out, so you'd think he could celebrate however he pleases. Vinicius didn't apologize, so the team took it to heart and banned Vinicius and his team from ever entering the stadium again. If you thought that was controversial, wait till you hear the next on the list. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and notification bell to stay updated on our daily videos. Kei Kamara twerking. You thought you could only get this kind of content on OnlyFans, huh? But Kamara gave everyone a free trial back in 2016. Kamara and the rest of the Revolution team were going up against Impact on Decision Day. Kamara along with the boys wanted to end the season with a smash, so they dominated at the start of the game. 60 minutes into the game, the Impact team was starting to argue with the refs, were being thrown yellow cards left and right, and they were fed up. Kamara wanted to push them over the edge, and what better way to do that than score a goal and start twerking on them after? He must have not heard about Antonio Brown, an NFL player, being fined over $6,000 after busting out the same move weeks before Kamara's incident. You bet the refs pulled a yellow card on Kamara after his celebration. Fortunately, it wasn't too bad to get him banned from football for eternity, unlike the next player on the list. Katidis. Giorgos and Athens were going up against Viria back in 2013. The game was coming to an end. It was tied 1-1. Both teams were trying their hardest to come out victorious. Athens got the ball for one final possession, and Giorgos did a salute to celebrate his goal after taking his shirt off. These wreaked havoc worldwide. It was so controversial that Greece's Football Federation knew that they had no choice but to ban him from their national team for life. The next player on the list got himself marked in football history. Robbie Fowler. Fowler played for Liverpool back in 1999. He was in his prime and was so unstoppable that he was called God by his fans. Other teams were scared to go up against him, and who could blame them? In a match against Everton, the fans wanted to throw him off his game, so they took to social media and spread allegations of him using drugs. Fowler didn't give them the satisfaction of bringing him down. When Fowler got a chance at a penalty shot, he took it, ate, and left no crumbs. After scoring the goal, he went on all and mimicked snorting lines on the grass. They won the match, but of course, they had to give him a game suspension. Back then, a game suspension was the largest fine you could receive in a Premier League history. Next on the list is none other than the icon himself, Neymar. He was kicked out of a game back in 2011 in a match between Santos and Colo-Colo. This was during the time Neymar was still trying to make a name for himself. Santos was dominating and Neymar wasn't going to let his team lose, not on his watch. So when Neymar got possession of the ball in the 51st minute of the match, he took the goal and to celebrate wore a mask on his face. This earned him second yellow card, which got him ejected from the game. Neymar was not happy about it, but at least he didn't rob anyone, unlike the next player on the list, Teo Gutierrez. Things were heated between Teo and his team Sporting and Besiktas. This was during the 2015 Europa League when Sporting needed the win or they'd be out of the tournament. In the first half of the match, they were down by 1, but 67 minutes into the game, luckily things were starting to look for Sporting. They look unstoppable, and Teo wanted to end things with a bang. He wanted to send message by spraying something on the grass but failed. To make things even more embarrassing, he was still given a yellow card. That might have been embarrassing, but maybe not embarrassing as the next one on the list. Nicklas Bendtner. We all have our embarrassing moments and do embarrassing things sometimes, but not all of us have the privilege of our moves being broadcasted on live TV. Unfortunately for Bendtner, he exposed himself on live TV back in 2012 Euro Cup. Bendtner was playing for Denmark and they were on their way to their second group match against Portugal. This wasn't just a game, they were representing and fighting for their country. People from all around the world came to watch and caught sight of Nicklas' never-seen-before celebration plan. In the 37 minutes of the game, Portugal was dominating Denmark 2-0 and Nicklas was getting worried that he might not able to pull through his plan after all. Denmark wouldn't give up so easily though. 79 minutes into the game, the ball came flying at Nicklas and he took the goal to tie the game and whip out his celebration quite literally. Nicklas lifted his jersey to show Paddy power on his undergarment. He calls it his lucky charm. Unfortunately, his luck wasn't enough because they lost the game. But hey, at least he got to show the world his underwear. It did cost him a 135,000 fine and a game suspension though. Isa Alexander. A little heads up already, his celebration was racist. You see, in 2020, he was on fire while playing for Iran's Persepolis. Isa scored 4 goals in the last 3 matches he played. He continued to stun everyone as he performed impressively in the AFC quarterfinals in a match against Uzbekistan's Paktikor. Isa scored a goal and helped his team win 2-0. Isa is known for his trademark celebration. He wouldn't pass up on it, but when he busted out his move during the game, people realized what he was doing. People before it was convinced that he was just making funny face and were entertained enough to make it a meme. That was until they realized that he was mocking Asians by spreading his eyes. To make things worse, he did this on live TV while playing in the Asian Champions League. They didn't appreciate the mocking and kicked him out of the tournament. Isa also had to pay a fine of $10,000 and couldn't play football for 6 months. The next on the list is a player who got a little too freaky on the pitch. Cristiano Ronaldo. Maybe it would have been the best to keep his moves in the bedroom, but back in 2019, Juventus was falling behind 2-0 against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League round of 16. It wouldn't take a miracle, Ronaldo being the superstar he is, to make it happen. During the second leg, he played like it was his life mission to score that goal. Ronaldo tied the game with 2 headers, and in the 85th minute, he scored the goal and got a little frisky on the field as he thrust his hips. They didn't think it was very appropriate for a professional footballer, so he got fined $23,000. Fortunately, he single-handedly won the game for the team though. That's it for today. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up below, subscribe and hit that notification bell. We post videos every week, so stay notified. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the following video.